Hello and welcome to this lesson on availability sets. Availability sets are kind of an older concept before the advent of availability zones. However, it is still present and relevant for Azure and the exam. The basic idea is to provide fault tolerance within the data center and compute cluster. Availability sets have two parameters, the number of fault domains and the number of update domains. Fault domains guard against hardware failures such as loss of power, loss of network connectivity, and other failure events. You can picture a fault domain like a rack that has different network and power supply from other racks in the same compute cluster. This physical isolation guards against certain hardware failures. Note that fault domains do not guard against data center or regional failures. You would use geographic redundancy and replication for that. Update domains are used for maintenance events. Azure guarantees that all maintenance events happen only on one update domain at a time. The number of configurable fault and update domains varies between regions. The maximum number of fault domains is typically 2 or 3, and the maximum number of update domains is typically 20. Let's consider a numbers example. When you have 20 VMs deployed across 2 fault domains and 10 update domains, you will have the following. In case of a maintenance event, you will only lose 2 VMs, because in each of the 10 update domains you have 2 of your VMs and Azure shuts down 1 update domain at a time. In case of a hardware failure event, you will only lose 10 VMs, because you have 2 fault domains with 10 VMs each. Now that we talked about the concept, let's consider the implementation. The main thing is to understand that all VMs in an availability set are allocated to the same compute cluster. It follows from this two things. First, when you want to resize a VM that is part of an availability set, you first need to stop all VMs, because the resizing might move the VM to another compute cluster. Second, a VM can only be added to an availability set when it is created. Okay, that's it for our quick lesson on availability sets. Let's continue to the next one. Bye bye.